Hi, Nikki James here, and this video we're going to be talking about the distinction between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. So a pre-qualification is a high level where we look at your income, we look at your assets just verbally, we look at what you say you have in debt, and we come up with a roundabout where we think you'll qualify. A pre-qualification is super high level. It's not done in detail. We haven't actually analyzed or underwritten anything. It's really just a high level view. You may actually provide documents to a lender and get pre-qualified, but what that means is those documents haven't been reviewed by an underwriter, so they haven't been actually accepted. It used to be that pre-qualification was sufficient to get into contract, but in most of the places that you'll be buying a house in the country, you'll find that most sellers and listing agents are now looking for a pre-approval. They really want to make sure that the documents have actually been analyzed by an underwriter. So what are those documents? These are the documents here that we're talking about. So obviously, an application. An application is normally done now online in I think all cases. You're going to enter in your social security number, where you work, how long you've been there, where you live, how long you've been there, and then put in your income and asset information. That enables the lender to pull your credit report. You're then going to upload 2 current pay stubs, the last 2 years of pay stubs, the year-end pay stub if you receive bonus, and actually also commission income. So that's variable income, which I talk about in a different video as to how we underwrite that. But if you do have variable income, the last year end pay stub actually helps us see that separated out different from the W-2. We're going to look for the last 2 years W-2s. There are obviously some people who have more complex tax structures where we might look at K-1s. Those are required if you have any K-1 income. Last 2 years federal tax returns, we don't require state. And of course, again, if you do have K-1 income, we might require your partnership returns to go along with the K-1. And then 2 current bank statements. So this is for all of your asset accounts, retirement as well. Retirement's normally quarterly, which is why we only have the last one. If it's monthly, we would ask for the last 2. And if you have any large deposits in those bank statements, we are going to have to ask you where they came from. So we're not being nosy. We're actually required by the Bank Secrecy Act to make sure that we look at any large deposits and document where they came from. So just know that if you have a small account with money flying in from granny or something like that, and you're not going to be using it, you might not want to give that to the lender just because you're going to have to document, well, where did that come from and why did she give you the money? So that's it. That's what we need for a pre-approval. We analyze all of those documents. Those get underwritten. Different lenders will do it at different levels. I have an underwriter on my team so that we can pre-approve you very fast. So that's, how we work. Sometimes with some of the banks, you'll actually have to wait and go through the bank underwriting system as well. So it can take anywhere from a couple of days to a couple of weeks to get pre-approved, depending on how complex your situation is. Of course, it could be longer. And that's what you'll need to put in an offer. So when you go to the seller, you're going to say, this offer is not subject to financing. It's subject to perhaps an appraisal. It might be subject to a title report and the contract, but not subject to, can I actually qualify and buy this house? So it's a much stronger offer for the seller. Most sellers prefer to see that, and we pretty much exist in only ever issuing pre-approvals in our world. So hopefully that helped you understand the distinction between the two. And if you have any questions, give me a ring, and I look forward to seeing you on another video. Thank you.